help the person who's going to speak at the House of Commons, to help them with what they're going to say, or to help a Nobel Prize winner in their speech. Well, that describes the person that we're about to hear from next. He has trained over 15,000 professionals worldwide in the art of communicating with clarity and confidence under pressure. And today, we get to be those professionals that learn from his expertise. So I don't know about you, but I am excited. We all want to get better at table topics, right? And so he is an accomplished public speaking trainer, and he's the man who's going to kick this conference off for us. So if you're ready to learn how to ace table topics, then please help me in welcoming Chris Billington.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We got you to stand up a minute ago. I'm not going to get you to stand up right now. Maybe later. But right now, I would like you to raise your hand if you've given a table topic in the last 6 months. Awesome. Okay, hands down. Put your hand up if table topics is the favorite part of any meeting you go to. I love you. 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 Okay, everybody else, my job is to convince you that it is the most important part of the session. Now, a lot of people, most people in Toastmasters that I've spoken to say that table topics is a strange game that Toastmasters play that is designed to torture its members, right, and to terrify any guests that show up to our meetings. Right? And that's completely true. But that's not how I approach it. I approach it from a work perspective, a business perspective. Because, I mean, you've heard that, yeah, this is my job. I pay my bills, I pay my mortgage by going up to big organizations, typically in pharmaceuticals and finance. And I help teams, I help senior executives to stand up and speak to people who matter. And the thing that I repeatedly get told again and again and again and again is that the thing that terrifies them, that keeps them up at night, the bit that they are most afraid of, is somebody asking them a question they are unprepared for and saying, so, what do you think about this? And there are so many people out there in the world of business who are analytical people. People who go, well, if you give me time to prepare and look at all my spreadsheets, and then look at all my databases, then I will be able to come up with a really good answer for you in about 5 to 6 working days. I work with a lot of people like that, but that doesn't help them if they're in a board meeting or they're at a conference in front of 2,000 people and somebody puts their hands up and asks that question they've been dreading. So over a decade ago, I came up with a system, a structure, a process, specifically designed to help people when they're put on the spot to go, I know what I'm going to do. I've got a safety net. I've got a plan that's going to work. I know how I can engage that audience. I know how I can inform that audience. I know how I can inspire that audience. I know how I can have impact. And I've seen this system work again and again and again and again in the world of work. But then somebody horrible asked me a question about 2 years ago. And they said, okay, Chris, this works in the world of work, but how do we know that your system is the best system? How do we know that there isn't a better way of doing this? Have you tested it against other systems? And I went, no. So I rejoined Toastmasters. I had been a member about 15 years ago, a long time ago. I left in about 2010. I came back January 2025, and I entered the table topics competition. I said, right, let's put my system to the test. I won the club contest, excellent, went through to area, won that, won division, went to the district final. I won the district final with my system. Come on in, we need this person in the room. The best speaker has just arrived, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, all right. And so I was, in November, I stood on that stage I won that competition. And pretty soon afterwards, I was asked the question, Chris, if this works for you in business, if you pay your bills with this and you've proved it now works for table topics within Toastmasters, will it work for everybody else? And my honest belief is yes. So if it works for them, it works for me, I hope it will work for you. And my job today, come on in! Ladies and gentlemen, the best speaker has just arrived. Yeah! You're here for the aircon? It's there, take it away. Yeah! We love this guy. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, it's not just that you press the button, it is how you press the button that matters. All right. It's working. What's your name, my friend?
What's the name?
Yeah.
Louis.
Louis. Do you notice how clear a voice Louis has got? How strong a voice he's got? How he commands the room? He controls the AC and he commands the room.
I'll just turn it off.
No. Never admit that in front of an audience.
I think it's on. Do you want it as low as possible? Do you want it hot or cold?
We are hot in this room. Bring it down.
You think it's on? Okay. Well, if you need anything else, just let me know.
We love you, Louis. Give him a round of applause again. All right.
I'm here all day.
All right. All right. That's the man who needs to join Toastmasters right there.
He's got it sorted.
He does, doesn't he? Right then. So if this system works in business, I'm not going to do it a third time. Right. If this system works in business, it works in table topics, I think it's going to work for you. And if you'll allow me, in the next 25 minutes, we're going to go through the system. I'll explain it to you. I'll even demonstrate it if you want me to. But most importantly in this session, I want to give every single person in this room the opportunity to practice using this system in this session. Hello. One of my favourite people's just walked into the room.
Gorgeous.
Hello to you. I'm sure you smell lovely today. Right. Okay.
Excuse me.
All right. Yes, you do. Right, wonderful. All right, okay, right, now let's carry on. Okay, we have had so many distractions, so let's bring it back onto point. Do you want to learn this system in this session today?
Yes!
Brilliant. Okay, let's do it. Let's talk this through. I have stood on the shoulders of many, many giants, by the way, to create this system. So those of you who are students of rhetoric, you may see things that are familiar in here, because if they are not broken, do not fix them. Now let's start off. We need a start line. How many people have started a table topic answer by repeating the question? All right? Okay, well done. It's a great way to buy yourself some time and some thinking time. You will never win a competition by doing that, right? So if you're serious about the competitions, don't do it. If you just want to have fun and take part, fine, do it. But not if you want to win the competition or be the person who's remembered. Now, there are lots of different ways to start. You can use a statement, you can use a power of three, you can use a quote. But I want to show you the technique that I used at club level, at area level, at division level, at district level. And it won at all four levels, so I might as well tell you the one that I used and worked. All right? It's this. Many people believe, but I. Now, this does a couple of different things. The first thing this does is say, most people think in one particular way, but I am a thought leader and I think in a different way, and therefore I'm going to give you something different, and that is worth listening to. So it makes the audience want to hear more. And it's probably not the technique that everyone else is using, so it stands out and it is different. You might have noticed that I started this talk by saying many people think that table topics is a strange game that Toastmasters play, but I think different. I told you that. I started this presentation with this technique. Now, if all of you go and next week you're all in the same club and you all do this, it's not going to work, right? Because you have to stand out, you have to be different, otherwise you're not going to be remembered. But hey, if you're the only person in your club who's learnt this one, I bet it works for you next time you use it. All right. Now, once you've got a start line, you need the middle of your table topic. You need the middle of a speech. And there's three parts to that. That may not come as a surprise. The first part is your credibility, why people should listen to you. And whatever subject you're talking about, people need to go, you're the person I want to listen to because you know what you're talking about. So we need to answer that question. Now, that's why Priscilla introduced me. She did that bit for me. She saved me some time. She told some lies. I mean, they were beautiful lies, but she told some lies. She said that I had trained a Nobel Prize winner. I have not trained a Nobel Prize winner. A Nobel Prize, 3-time Nobel Prize nominee maybe, but not a Nobel Prize winner. Right, but it sounded good, so thank you, I appreciate that. Right, now, these bits there, they make people go, this person knows enough about what they're talking about in order to be listened to. If you've ever been in the back of a taxi and the taxi driver said, you know what I think, right? They probably don't have a justifiable reason to say what they're saying unless they happen to have a PhD in the subject. Once we've done the credibility bit, then we can move on to the bit that everybody is comfortable with. Everybody knows how to do the middle bit. And it's the bit that people, particularly analytical people, often lean on most. It's the logic. Everybody knows how to say, well, 2 + 2 = 4, therefore we must do this thing. Everybody knows how to do that. It's important. People need a logical argument. The problem with a logical argument is that it is boring. And so people do not get excited by the logical argument. They simply tick the box of, yes, it made logical sense, so we will agree with you so far. The bit that comes next is the magic. The bit that comes next is the bit that makes people smile. It is the bit that makes people cry. It is the bit that makes people go, you know what, I actually want to do it. It's the heart. It's why they should care. And to do that, you have to speak to the audience's desires. Now, when I'm with a group like this, I ask a question, and I normally get at least 1 or 2. Is anybody in this room a doctor, a medical doctor? Yeah, there's always at least one. Fantastic, thank you very much. Right, now, with medical doctors, they spend time sometimes trying to convince people to quit smoking. Now, my sister is a GP, and she spends time trying to convince people to quit smoking. And do you know what? When she tells people that there is an increased percentage chance of emphysema, there is an increased chance of lung cancer, of esophageal cancer, it's going to increase your likelihood of having a stroke or a heart attack, and all of these things, people go, yes, I know, it's really bad, I should quit. But they carry on smoking. Because logic doesn't convince people. The head argument doesn't convince people, but the heart argument does. So what my sister tells people when she is talking to them about that is she asks them how many children they've got. Mm-hmm. She doesn't say, do you want to be there for your children's wedding? She doesn't say, do you want to hold your grandchildren in your arms? She starts by saying, how many children have you got? What would you like your future with them to be? She asks the question, she gets them to connect the dots in their heads, and she makes them feel about it. And you help people to connect with their desires for the future. That is what creates change. If you look at anybody who's talking about change management, you don't get change management by just using logic, you get change management by making people desire the change in their heart. So we have to talk about people's desires. Martin Luther King is always quoted in these things, right? And everybody knows he had a dream. Does anybody, in this room, someone must. Does anybody know what he said after he said, I have a dream? Toastmasters!
By the content of the character, not the colour of the skin.
Fantastic, good. But what's the bit between those two little bits?
Children.
Right, absolutely. He knew this. Martin Luther King knew this. He said, I have a dream that my children and my children's children will be judged not upon the colour of their skin, but upon the content of their characters. He didn't say, socioeconomically, if you empower an entire part of your workforce, you're going to increase the GDP of the country. Nobody cared, right? But people remembered that bit. So we have to talk to people's hearts. So what do? We grab their attention at the start. We say why people should listen to us. We tell them why it makes logical sense. We tell them why they should care. And then we finish it off really, really important. Every single time we have to answer such a simple question. The question is this: so what? Right? So what do we do at the end? Action. What should they or we do? Now, I don't know if you've been at work before and you've seen a presentation by people at work and they go, and we can look here and we can see the Q4 statistics state this, and if we're projecting over the next 38 months, we can see that we've got an upward trend of 0.8% and go, and that's my projection. Thank you very much for listening. And your entire audience is going, yeah, but so what? Why should I care? Right? We have to say, which is why we have to focus on this particular area of the business, which is why I need you to support my plan moving forward in this area. Whatever it is, that's what we or you should do. We have to finish on that. Now you can change the words, you can make it your own, but that is what works. Okay. Now, your Toastmasters, some of you are probably thinking, Chris, you've ripped a load of this off from other people, right? Anybody know who Aristotle was? Yeah. If you're thinking, who was Aristotle? And he talked about ethos, logos, and pathos, right? Credibility, why you should listen to me, ethos. Logos, logic, right? Pathos, emotion. Aristotle talked about this stuff over 2,000 years ago, and here's the thing, he was right. And if something's right, it doesn't change over 2,000 years. This works in business, this worked to win the district final, and it can work for you. Now, we've got about 20 minutes left. So, we can either go straight into you practicing this, or I can risk my reputation by being asked a table topic question and demonstrating it for you. Which do you want first? You want me? All right, okay. All right, fine. Okay, well, so if I mess this up, you can all go and have an early coffee because it's wasted your time, right? Fine. In which case, I need a table topic question, and then I will give myself 5 seconds thinking time. That's allowed, right? And then I will answer it using this structure. But bear in mind, when I finish doing that, it's your turn, and you're all having a go. All right. Okay. Oh dear. You have such elegance in your style. I can't say no to a man wearing cravat. Right, okay. All right, so what's your name? I'm sorry, I don't know. Dion. Dion's going to ask me the question. This has not been set up in advance. I have no idea what he's going to say. Dion, all right, what's the table topic question?
A movie that has ever existed becomes reality. Which movie would you like to be the reality you're living in, and why?
Okay. Many people believe that the best movie they have ever seen was Shawshank Redemption. It comes to the top of every list of films that you must see, the 100 top films you must see, Shawshank Redemption. But I believe something else. The movie I would wish to see as reality is A Knight's Tale. If you have not seen A Knight's Tale, it is the story of Chaucer. It is the story of a knight played by Heath Ledger, looking devastatingly good looking. And it is a story of British history. Now, I am not a scholar of history, but I tell you what, when I have read some Chaucer, and I tried to read a little bit of Chaucer in the original English, instead of it's here begins the knight's tale, you have to change everything in the way you say it. It's here beginneth the Knichter's Taler, and it's very, very strange to listen to. I get captivated. And when I watch that film, A Knight's Tale, the best character in the entire thing is Chaucer. Chaucer is the one with the best lines. Now, Heath Ledger might be the smouldering good looks and the one who takes people's hearts. But Chaucer, played by Paul Bettany, is the one with the best lines. When he's introducing the knight, he says lines like this. He says, I first met him upon a mountaintop in Jerusalem, where he was praying for the dead souls that he had slain with his sword. I next met him when he had protected an Italian virgin from the terrible ravishings of her ugly uncle. Ladies and gentlemen, my lords, my ladies, and everybody else here not sitting on a cushion, I give you the one, the only, Sir Ulrich von Liechtenstein. Chaucer owned that movie. And I would like to live in a movie that demonstrated honor. Would you not like to live in a movie that demonstrated honor? Would you not like to live in a society where the stories were ones of people overcoming adversity and you imagine yourself as that protagonist? Would you not like to live in a situation where you could dream about making mistakes, making them good again, and controlling an entire audience of kings through to paupers? As Toastmasters, would we not want to be the center of attention in a story like that? So, you can keep Interstellar. You can keep Shawshank Redemption. But if you want to be the success in a future of a movie come real, imagine being Chaucer in A Knight's Tale, and you should be, the center of attention. Now, here's the thing. Was that a perfect table topic? No. Have I done better in the past? Yes. Would that have won the district final? Probably not. Right. But I started off with there. I finished here. I talked about my experience. I used some logic, though to be fair, my logic was limited to bring in, so I did the best I could. And I put you in that place. I said, would you not like to live in that environment? This works through. Now, I appreciate the fact you gave me a challenging one. I'm going to give you slightly easier ones to practice this on for the first time of using it. And what I would like you to do, well, first, actually, let's do this. Is there anything you need to know from me before you practice this? Going once, going on. Oh.
How do you split up your answer into the intro, the main part, and the conclusion? You've got to do that to make it really work properly.
I do. You don't have to. They can blend over. And in fact, when I was doing that one, the logic and the heart did blend over together. And so that's okay. But you need to press these buttons for the audience. When you're practicing it, when it's a new concept to you, if it is a new concept to you, these ideas, what I suggest you do is literally answer the questions in order. Why they should listen to you, why your idea makes logical sense, why they should care. You can pause between each one as you're practicing it. Then later on, what you might do is blur them together a little bit. That would be my suggestion. Yeah.
Fascinating listening to you. Wondering if you were to offer a different starting line.
Yes.
What would you suggest?
My favourite one? Okay, my genuine, if I'm not doing this, my favourite way to start any speech is a power of three. Okay? Because if you look, and I've done a bit of studying and testing on audiences of this, if you look at the amount of effort that comes into creating a start line through to the amount of impact that it has emotionally, psychologically on an audience, typically the power of three is the winner. So I'll demonstrate. What's a cliched statement start line? Okay, you'll have all heard something like this before. Someone walks up to the front, they're 1 year into their Toastmasters journey, they go, I'm really going to nail the audience with this one, and the audience has heard this one before. You're all going to die. But what are you going to do with the life that you've got left? Okay, so that is a statement start line followed by a rhetorical question. And did you notice how you guys were all like, yeah? Okay, now it works in an audience that's never heard something like that before, but it doesn't have that impact. You can misquote something. I quite like misquoting things. So a really good start line I heard was from this lady. She was a team lead in a sales organization, and they had been pitching this big B2B solution, and they had lost the contract. And she had to come back, and at a town hall meeting, she had to explain what had happened. Everyone in the room knew, like there were 100 people in the room, and everyone knew that they had lost the contract. And she was walking up to the front knowing that she was going to have to explain that they'd lost the contract. Not a fun speech to have to give. But she owned it. She walked up the front, her start line, she deliberately misquoted Beyonce. It was beautiful. She walked up and she said, if they liked it, they would have put a ring on it. But they didn't like it. And it got a laugh, it got a smile, it took the sting out of the situation. It worked. But with the power of three, all you have to do is you have to list three things in order that are relevant to your topic. You put the most important one in the third place and you use a particular rhythm to say it. And the rhythm is this. Point number one, point number two, longer pause, emphasis on point number three. So to come back to you, give me a random topic. Any random topic.
Use the same one that you just did.
Use the same one. Okay, fantastic. Right. Film cameras. Emotional audiences. And Charlie Chaplin. Right? You can just go 1, 2, pause, and 3. And as long as you put something that's going to connect emotionally with the audience in number 3, you'll get a nod, you'll get a smile, you'll get something. And it's so easy just to list 3 things. 1, 2, and 3. So if you don't have something else, I default to a power of 3. But if you're somebody who goes completely blank and you walk up to the front and you're going, I don't know what to say, 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 I don't know what to say. This is what I tell people to do. Because once you start, your brain will kick into gear and help you. What I tell people to say is just use the second part of this. Go, I believe that. And the reason why I believe that works is because nobody can prove you wrong, because it is a belief. You're not stating a fact, you're stating a belief. I believe that the sky is yellow. I believe that Arno should not drive a Tesla. Okay, right, okay. I believe that T should wear a t-shirt that isn't yellow on some occasions, right? Right, you can say whatever you like. You'll never see this man wearing a color other than yellow. Okay, right, okay. You can do whatever you like. You can do whatever you like. I believe that. And once you made a commitment to a statement, the rest will follow. So that's my get out of jail free card. I believe that. Okay, I want you to have a quick go at this. So, can you please decide who you're going to work with? You need to be in pairs with somebody near you. Just decide who's A and who's B. Oh!
I've got to go work on my speech a
Not at
little
all.
bit.
Thank you for the question. That was
Catch
great.
you later.
See ya. Okay, and back to me. Right then. Now, what? I do not have red right now. Right. I've got 5 minutes left. So I would like. You decided who's A and B? Yeah. Excellent. Okay, B is going to be speaking first. Okay. Right. Now, okay. I want you to do this super quickly. You're going to have 1.5 minutes only because of the amount of time we've got left. So this is what you're going to do. B, your topic is this. Listen carefully. Your topic is this. Why should somebody visit your hometown? Why should somebody visit your hometown? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Right. All right. A needs to have a go at speaking. A needs to have a go at speaking. All right. No, of course not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So the topic I am going to give you for the next one is quite simply this. What advice would you give to an 18-year-old wanting to join Toastmasters? What advice would you give to an 18-year-old wanting to join Toastmasters? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Madame et Monsieur, écoutez s'il vous plaît. Thank you. Now, half an hour is not enough to go deep into a topic like this, which is why I'm here all weekend and you can come and ask me any questions you like. So you can't ask them now because we've run out of time. But can you all please wave your mobile phone in the air? I know it is close to you. Can you please wave it in the air? Excellent. You are beautiful, wonderful, friendly people. Please can you prove how wonderful you are by clicking on that QR code. It will make my life better. Okay. If you have any further questions, come and speak to me over the weekend. I would love to work with you. If you happen to work for a big, powerful business that wants to employ me, fantastic. If you just simply want to come and have a friendly chat, that is also wonderful. I'd love to spend time with you. If you need to know anything else about me, you can ask. Don't ask T, he lies about things as well. But it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for the half hour of your attention. And remember, start line, head, heart, why they should care, the logic, and leave them with a clear message. That is why you should use this structure going forward in your table topics. That is the official end of my session. Go and use it and win competitions. Thank you.
Chris Billington, everyone. Beautiful. I want to thank him for giving us, how many of us can safely say our table topics moved from here to here as a result? Yeah. Definitely. Yes. So that's really brilliant. I'm very thankful for it. What we're going to do now is an 8-minute break. And so we're going to gently evacuate the room in order for the next speakers to be able to prepare their talk. However, I have a question for you to ask someone that you do not know, which is I want you to find something in common that you have with that person that is not related to work and not related to Toastmasters, and there will be prizes. So 8 minutes, and we will see you back in here in 10:13. All right.